Teaching play and social skills to children with autism and toddlers and preschoolers showing signs of autism is often very hard for not only parents, but also for professionals. So today we are taking a deep dive into natural environment teaching, teaching away from the table, teaching more naturally, and teaching play and social skills. Welcome back to another video podcast. I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, and today I am talking all about a resource I purchased in 1999 or 2000 when I saw the authors present live all about teaching play and social skills. Now, I haven't used the book, the whole book, but I have used parts of the book, and I'm going to go over the parts you can use to improve play and social skills and teach yourself and others how to do natural environment teaching either at home or in classrooms with kids with and without autism. These techniques are universal, and we have to especially get good at this when we're talking about kids with autism, that it doesn't become rote responding, and there's so much to it. So let me talk about the free resource. And I know I mentioned this. I know I have at least one, maybe more videos on social skills. I have a great interview with Ashley Rose on social skills where we do talk about this book. It's called Playtime Social Time. And I am going to share my screen for those of you watching, but I'm going to really allow you to, if you're listening and not watching, you'll have all the resources at marybarbera.com/245. So keep listening, and then you can go there and download that. Let me tell you that if you go to marybarbera.com/play, it will redirect you to the University of Minnesota Institute on Community Integration. And that's where you're going to be able to download this free PDF that I literally bought the book way back in the late 1990s or early 2000s. But the whole book is great. I read it early on, but I haven't read it for a very long time. So we're going to jump right from, it's 201 pages long on a PDF. We're going to jump right to page 102, and that's really where you are going to start. This is free for download for anyone around the world, which is so exciting. I do talk about this a little bit more in my online course, specifically in the intermediate learner course, which is part of the verbal behavior bundle. And I'm going to share a clip in a little bit showing Cody and his little sister Ava, when Cody was 4 and Ava was 2, me doing a natural environment teaching with the birthday party from this book. So Appendix A on page 102 of the book, Playtime Social Time, is all of these natural environment teaching materials to gather. So what I've seen that has worked in both homes and in classrooms is to gather, maybe not all of these, I think there's 12 or 15 activities in general, but gather a few of these materials in boxes, in clear boxes, well-labeled boxes. So the first box you could get would be titled Bean Table. So I would not recommend, if you have a classroom, that you have all the bean, say you already have a bean table that's out all the time. Then you would just gather the materials you would need for this natural environment teaching with the bean table in a bin. But at home, you're probably not going to have a bean table just laying around. So you want to gather a big bin of beans or other materials. Could be rice, could be sand, as well as scoops and large spoons and cups and things that you can pour and play with. They also recommend for materials, funnels, toy cars and trucks, small baskets, and other containers. So you want to have that. You also, I would recommend to print the bean table materials as well as prompts for social interaction. So under sharing, it says blank, hand blank, the big scoop. So you're not going to want to use this exact language, and you definitely are not going to want to use this exact language if you're doing it more than once or twice. And you're going to probably have to adapt the language. So if your child or client isn't to the point where they're big versus little, you don't want to use it. If they don't know colors, you're not going to say, Johnny, ask Tommy for the yellow scoop. You also, I think a prerequisite for even tackling any of this natural environment teaching with these adapted scripts would be echoic ability, the child talking in a couple word utterances, really talking about BB-MAP level 2, level 3 learners, not your early learners where you're really going to have to do one-to-one teaching at the table. You're still going to have to do one-to-one teaching at the table for lots of other things, even with these kids that can move into this. You don't need 2 peers either. You could use the mom, the therapist acting like the other child, and the child with the delay or disability. So you could, Susie is the child's therapist. She comes, for 2 hours. Mom could come in and kind of run the session, or mom could be the other pretend child. So, Johnny, give mommy the scoop, or Johnny, pour the beans in mommy's bowl, and mommy could hold out the bowl. So these scripts should be used loosely. I do print them out usually and put them on the top of the bin in a page protector. That way you can pull them out. You can kind of use them. You can also use them to train new staff, which is excellent. So we have bean table. We have the birthday party, and I think this is probably a good time to go over the birthday party and then show you that 3-minute video. And again, if you're listening, you'll be able to hear it. And then if you want to watch it at some point, marybarbera.com/245. So birthday party, the materials are a table and chairs, plates, spoons, Play-Doh, teapot, pitcher, 10 pegs or actual candles that you can use to put in the Play-Doh. So the Play-Doh, you form like little cakes, and then a box turned on its side for a pretend oven. Maybe you even have a real oven that you can put the table next to. Again, we're going to have to adapt the scripts, and we're in this video that I'm going to show you with Cody and Ava. It's really just setting a timer for 6 minutes, which is what every activity recommends. And then them pretending to blow out the candles, and Cody answering, how old are you? And he says 4. So we're going to pretend it's his 4th birthday. We're singing the song. So let's watch that clip and then we can resume. These are the materials we gathered. We were able to gather those things very quickly. We want to set a timer for these activities for 6 minutes so it doesn't become like, okay, this is going nowhere, let's just end it. And then you end on a bad note. So you might have to start out with a shorter time. I also encourage the parents or teachers to gather these materials in a box, and so you would rotate the different net activities. And obviously you're not going to do all of these things in the same order with the same Play-Doh. You are going to vary it as the children progress. I'm not going to show you this whole 6-minute clip, but I'm going to show you the very beginning, and then I'm going to go on to to the 3rd minute just to show you some of the exchange. This was just, we never did this before. We just gathered the material and I just had mom videotape. 6 minutes and we're gonna have a pretend birthday party. Okay? Okay, and we're gonna pretend that it is Cody's birthday. How old are you? 4, right? So we're gonna pretend that it's Cody's 4th birthday, okay? So first, we're gonna make cake. Oops. So I just wanna bring this out 6 minutes. A little bit to minute 3, and we'll just see some of the exchanges. Is it okay? Okay. Oh, you lost one. Here's one. Here's one. Okay. Let's sing happy birthday to Cody. All right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cody. Happy birthday to you. Okay, practice blowing out the candles. Good. Can you blow out your candles? Okay, before we can eat the cake, good blowing. Awesome. All right, let's take your candles out. So you might be saying, well, I don't have a sibling. I don't know if I could do this. Even if it's just Cody and I, we can do this. And so this is how I begin to pair up play situations. You also have to be careful because Cody does like to play on his own in the playroom, but a lot of his play does not involve language and it is kind of rote and kind of stimmy. So this is a step up for Cody for sure. And this is the kind of activity that I think is great for Cody because he does like to learn in the natural environment. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little short birthday party. But we had mom create bins for a few of these activities, and we did play with both Cody and a therapist or Cody and Ava. So we have also Blockhouse and People. We have cars and trucks. So we can have a rug that's roads. We can have little stop signs and that sort of thing in a bin, cars and trucks. And instead of kids just arbitrarily pushing things around, we're actually using this to build real play skills. Either, and you can also just do this as a therapist with one child to get play going before they can play with others. Car garage is another activity, cooking and eating. So pretend food, plates, knives, forks, spoons, pretend stove of some sort, a little refrigerator or pretend refrigerator. These are just great activities. And if you're in a classroom, you could have all of these activities in bins labeled with the scripts on the top that everybody can adapt. And that way you don't have to be like, oh, it's time to play doctor, but everything is scattered. I don't know where the stethoscope is. Or so we have doctor activity, which is great. Farm animals, fishing, grocery store, hamburger stand. There's so many great activities in this 1997 book that I really want to encourage you. There's some things here with Mr. Potato Head, which I'm a big fan of Potato Head. So this might be a way to get the child from independently building the potato head, saying the words eyes, nose, ears, requesting for the yellow hat versus the blue hat, to actually playing with potato head with one or more peers. So I encourage you to take a look at this free PDF guide. And I want to also just make sure a couple other considerations and things that you should be aware of, so that you're not using these activities with kids that aren't ready. So as I said, I would really utilize this, especially with peers, when you have kids who are talking, who are echoing, who are talking in flexible couple word length utterances at least. I would maybe map level 2, level 3 learners. I would not start any of these activities without an assessment and a plan and teaching at the table to make sure you're focusing on manding and multiple control activities. For those of you that don't know, I created a digital assessment on a computer software, and I said it was going to be free for the first 1,000 people. More than 20,000 people have taken it, both parents and professionals, mostly parents. You probably are going to need parent input. Only takes you 10 minutes. It's free. You're going to want to start there. That's at marybarbera.com/assessment. Then you're going to want to use that assessment to make a plan. And you really need to not just jump to gathering all these materials, because if you teach too scripted before a child's ready, you're going to probably end up hurting language instead of helping language and making a bigger mess of things. Again, you can use a therapist or the parent as a pretend child. You can do some of these activities and adapt the script for just one child. You don't want to repetitively do anything the same way. So you want to rotate the bins. And if I were a classroom teacher, I would really have as many of these bins as possible. It would be just a great way to expand play and teaching. You can also take data on manding, on following directions, on all kinds of things. And I think this free resource is just excellent. It is older, but it's great. And I would encourage you all to download it today. So all these resources, and to watch or re-watch the video or spread it around to others, marybarbera.com/245. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, love a thumbs up, love a comment, love a review, share it with others, because we need to spread the word on how to help kids increase play and social skills. See you right here next time, next week, same time, same place.